Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm showing you how to do the cheapest way to do the Marquee Match Ups SBC. This is the first one in FIFA 19. Going into the menu for the SBC, you'll see that the first one is Chelsea vs Liverpool, where you need a minimum of 1 Liverpool or Chelsea player, a maximum of 4 players from the same league, 2 rares, an overall team rating of 72 and a team chemistry of 85. Going into the SBC, you can see that I've picked a bronze Liverpool centre-back in Phillips, and I'll just go through the team and show you how much each player cost. The total SBC cost me 3,150 coins in total. The keeper was 300, right back was 300, one of the centre-backs was 300, the Liverpool player was 450, that was the cheapest player on the market at the time. Left back was 300, right mid was 150, centre mid was 350, the other centre mid was 350, left mid was 150, and the 2 rare strikers each costing 250. And as you can see, I've smashed the chemistry and got just enough team rating. I would try and squeeze an extra few bronze players in, but I don't think it'd have let me, so I think I'd have got under the overall team rating. So I'll submit that. As you can see, you get a mixed players pack for that, completing that SBC. Moving on to the Real Madrid vs Atletico. For this one you need either 1 Real Madrid or Atletico player, a minimum of 3 players from the La Liga, and you've got to have 3 clubs exact for this one, which makes it a little bit, well, it's not difficult, but it's just a bit harder to be more experimental and try and get a lot of cheaper players. So you need obviously 85 chemistry and 11 players. So I've gone for Bilbao and Getafe players because I thought that they'd have a lot of cheap gold rated players, which they do. I managed to get, for the Real Madrid player, the centre mid for 250 coins of Uruguay. So I'll just go through and show you how much each player costs. The goalkeeper was 350. Right back was 350, the centre back was 350 and 300. I just put a centre mid at left back because I got him on a bid when I was bidding for my centre mids, and they were on the 300 coins and I didn't need chemistry, so I just put him in there. Centre defensive mids, I just put Itara Spain in centre mid 350, and then the Real Madrid player 250. Right mid for 300, left mid for 350. I put a centre mid in Cam, so I didn't need chemistry, so I got him for 300. And I put a left wing up front because I didn't need chemistry and he was 300 as well. So that SBC in total cost me 3,500 coins. I will submit that, and you get a jumbo gold pack for that one. The Rio Ave and Boavista, I don't know if I said that right or not, but in this one you can try and get a lot of bronze players into this one, but you need 3 players from the Liga NOS, a maximum of 4 players from the same nation, which is easy to try and avoid, 2 minimum gold players, which I've gone for from the Liga NOS, a minimum chemistry of 80, which I've got exact, and there's no minimum rating for this, so you can just try and get in as many bronze players as possible. So for the bronze players, I've gone for the Austrian Bundesliga. So I just thought no one's going to really need any of them, and I picked all of them up pretty easy and fast for 150 coins. So the keeper was 150, right back 150, but he went Austrian because of the nations limit. Centre back for both Austrian to get a good link, both at 150. The left back was from Serbia at 150. I just put a centre back in centre mid because I got him on a bid where I get him centre backs and I didn't need the chemistry, so I just put him in at 150 to save me buying another player. I've got an American bronze player from the Liga NOS as well, which completed that section of it. I got him for 150. Then I just got 2 cheap. I got a cheap striker and a cheap left wing for 300 coins each, and that completed my gold player section. So that SBC in total cost me 1,650 coins, which I believe you can't do any cheaper than that really. So I'll submit that. And for that one you get a silver players pack. Great. So on to the Feyenoord versus Vitesse. you need 4 Netherlands players, 3 Eredivisie players, and you can only have 4 players from the same league, and you need 80 chemistry, and your fullbacks are already filled in from both squads. So in this one, you can just pretty much just get all cheapest players you can find, because there's no squad limit like for the rating, and you can just put in, as long as you avoid using the same players in different leagues. So at the back, I've gone for all Finnish league players to get all the green links around those, putting them on 9 chemistry. For just the 2 players I had on the right hand side, I got an Australian centre mid and an Australian right winger, and then I got my 4 Netherlands players, 2 centre mids, a striker and a left wing. Every single player I've got in this SBC costs 150 coins. I'll just flick through just to show you. So it is pretty cheap to complete this one, and I think this is the cheapest you can ever do in SBC. We aren't using players you've got in packs, but I don't like using players I've got in packs just because that's just like a bit of luck to see. Like it could be harder for someone to complete it, and it could be an expensive player you've got in the pack. So I'd rather just do it like buying them off market just to show you all. But yeah, that's completed for 1,350 coins. So I'll just submit that. And you get a premium gold pack for this one, which is quite good for how cheap it is really. And then it gives you your overall reward. I think it's a prime gold player pack. So I'll just go into the store and open these up. I've got quite a lot of packs unopened at the moment, so I'm preparing for another video that I'll be doing later on the channel. So I'll start with the silver players pack just to get that out of the way, because it's never going to be anything good in these. Pretty shit, but yeah, it's there, and it's you get a rare player from UNAM, so he might be worth something. Some of these could be worth something as well. You might actually get more value out of it than you might think. The other awards was a jumbo gold pack, which is here, I think. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open that. It's confused me with having all these packs, you know. Just having to like look at ones that I've got written down on my notes. So I've got a Danish centre. Oh, Christiansen. I'm not sure how much I don't know if he goes for a lot or not. I don't know if people are wanting him for teams and things. So it might be a fairly cheap option for like a Premier League team, especially because prices go up as well. Quite a lot. So he's around, I don't know if people have bid him up to about, I'd probably say about 2.5k. You can probably get him for on bid if you waited long enough on one of the really cheap ones. But yeah, it's not too bad. It might go up in price afterwards. And a couple of other Premier League players. Just one. I'm pretty blind. So I'll just submit that. A loan pack. And I'll just send him to the transfer list for now. Next on the list was mixed players pack. I'll go up on that one next. I think that should be a right at end it. Hope I get something good out of this. Can't see it happening now, so not much of a crap. Oh, he might be good for an SBC at 82 rated and rare. So I don't know if he goes for a lot now. 73k, so I don't know if people go for him in a league. Yeah, around 3k again, so I'm not, probably about 2k, I'd say. 2.5k, so not too bad. Next was a premium gold. Can't find it. Hopefully get something good in there. Could do with some good player, but I think we are cheap. I've done the SBC. I think I'll make profit on it anyway. Looking at what I've got so far, because the total cost of the SBC was 9,650 for every single thing. Someone would buy that, Man City, but I didn't know they would. But yeah, so I only need to try and make at least 10k back, and I've made profit. And whilst I was doing the SBCs, I was trading with players that I needed to buy for them anyway. Because usually when I'm picking up all cheap players on bid, you put bids down on loads at like the bottom price, and you can just sell them to lazy people that'll just pay like double the price of a player, if not triple the price of a player, just so they don't have to wait, which is quite good for me because I'll profit off you. So the premium gold players pack is the final pack of the SBC, which is the one that you get to complete in each different section. Please give me something good. If not, well, it might be, I don't know, but not too bad. I think I could make at least 10k back, I reckon. Like, 'cause I think everything will sell at this point in the game, anyway, that I've got so far. So, yeah, I hope y'all get a bit luckier than that when you complete the Marquee Match Ups SBC. But if you did find this video helpful, please give it a like, and please subscribe for more FIFA 19 content coming in the future.